welcome to 1 Minute Wins with Dr. Dana Martin, the podcast where intentional growth meets practical leadership. One quote, one lesson, one action to help you lead yourself and others better. Let's jump in. Welcome back to 1 Minute Wins. I am Dr. Dana Martin, and today is episode 23, which matches the book 1 Minute Wins with 1 Minute Win 23, Earn Influence. This is something so important. Every great leader values influence, but you can never demand influence. John Maxwell said it best: people buy into the leader before they buy into the vision. That's because influence isn't about titles or authority. We've talked about this and we will continue to talk about this. It's about trust. It's about consistency, and it's about integrity. And the best leaders, they don't command followers, they attract them. True influence is earned. It's not granted. It grows from how you treat people, and it grows from how you handle challenges, and it can blossom with how consistently your actions are matching your words with your integrity. People might respect your position, right? But they'll only follow your example when they trust your character. A few years, it's been about a decade now. I worked with a manager. I worked with a manager, and on paper, this dude had everything. He was, good title, an impressive resume, and very capable team, high-performing team. But there was one problem. The people over the, course of the first year started losing faith in him. They didn't trust him. Why? Because he often promised small promises. I'll follow up later today, or I'll provide you some feedback by tomorrow. Small things like that. And guess what? He failed to follow up. He failed to reply to that email. He failed, maybe not necessarily failed. Maybe it was more than just by the next day. Maybe it was a week later. Maybe they had to ask a second time. So we worked together and started really digging in on trust. And let's be intentional. Were you intentionally neglecting? No, he says. Of course not. No, of course not. Why would you? But your priorities were, I'll get to it later. So how do we fix this? Well, following through on the commitments of, yes, if I say I'm going to respond to an email, stop what I'm doing, do the reply, move on. That took five minutes, maybe. What changed? All he had to do was respond. 6 months later, that same team once tuned him out to the things that he said he was going to do. They now were hanging on to his guidance. Did I say 6 months? I swear the last 3 episodes we've talked about this. 6 months. Maybe there's something to that. Maybe I'll go off course here, off chart, off script. Because whenever we're training individuals for, let's say, a new position in the industry that I'm in, it takes at least 6 weeks for them to become decent at their job. And it takes 6 months for them to become great at their job. So the consistency that occurs over the course of a half of a year really does make a difference, and not only makes a difference in a way that's palatable and touch, you can see it. It drives future change. It drives future commitment. All that changed was his consistency. His words and his actions were finally matching. According to Harvard Business Review, 58% of employees say that they trust a stranger more than their own boss. What? this. I mean, this should stop us in our tracks, right? Let me read that again. According to research from Harvard Business Review, 58% of employees say that they trust a stranger more than their own boss. This shows that authority alone does not build influence. Titles will only get you so far. Authentic connection is what builds influence. Trust is your greatest leadership currency. I love that term, leadership currency. Without trust, even the best ideas or the biggest and brightest ideas, they're going to struggle to see the light of day. Stephen Covey, another one of my favorites, he said, trust is the glue of life. It's the most essential ingredient in effective communication. It's the foundational principle that holds all relationships. And think about that for a moment. If you don't have trust, even the most inspiring vision is going to fall apart. When you lead with integrity, you don't have to push people. They move as you move. It's amazing. Consider how this type of influence works in the real world. When a trusted coworker recommends a new idea, you're more open to it. And when someone you admire takes on a challenge, you watch them closely and you want to follow their example. That influence multiplies through credibility. And the credibility comes from doing what you say every time. So how do we do this? What are your 3 simple steps this time, Dana? Number 1, you guessed it, be consistent. Reliability builds credibility. People trust leaders who follow through with what they say. Number 2, be honest. Speak truth with clarity and compassion, even when it's hard. And number 3, be present. Listen more than you speak. Influence often starts with understanding the person you are connecting with. And the more people trust your heart, the more they'll follow your lead. So what are these again? 3 actions. 1, be consistent. 2, be honest. And 3, be present. So take a moment, and if you want to pause, that's cool. And ask yourself this question. How are you earning trust today? Take a look at your actions this week. Are they reinforcing or eroding confidence? What seems small, like a delay in a reply to an email, can have a great impact. Because just like we talked about in other episodes, how stuff compounds, right? Influence compounds. But also the eroding of influence can compound. Find one opportunity today to demonstrate integrity in a small but visible way. Maybe it's just returning a call, finishing a task, or simply admitting a mistake. Small moments of truth build lasting influence. And remember that influence isn't given, it's grown. And every decision you make either strengthens or weakens that influence. You've been listening to 1 Minute Wins with Dr. Dana Martin. For more leadership growth tools, visit dmilm.com or grab your copy of 1 Minute Wins. Take control of your growth journey 1 minute at a time on Amazon. If this episode resonated with you, leave a comment, share it with a friend, like, subscribe, all the stuff and things. But most importantly, always remember, be the example.